वासुदेवाय।
हरे कृष्णा। तो आज हम लोग सभी लोगों का स्वागत करते हैं और आज हम लोग सभी एकत्रित हुए हैं श्री राधा कुंड अपीयरेंस जो है प्राकट्य जो है जो भौम्य वृंदावन में हुआ है, मतलब यहाँ पृथ्वी पर हुआ है, उसको सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए। तो हम शुरू करते हैं कि हम लोग गौड़िया वैष्णवस जो है, जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु के अनुयायी है, हमारे चैतन्य महाप्रभु के सबसे प्रथम शिष्य कौन थे? Who are the first disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are his disciples in the disciplic succession? The six Goswamis, जो षट गोस्वामी हैं, वे चैतन्य महाप्रभु के। तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु के डायरेक्ट आज्ञा पर उन्होंने जो हमारा कृष्ण भक्ति है, जो कृष्ण प्रेम का जो पथ है, जो पंथ है, उस पर प्रकाश डालने के लिए कहा और बताया कि जब वे प्रकाश डाले तो हमारा जो गौड़िया वैष्णव ग्रंथ हुए हैं, विशेष करके जो गौड़िया वैष्णव सिद्धांतों के अनुसार जो टीका किया गया, मतलब जो कमेंट्रीज किया गया है, जो उसका ट्रांसलेशन या इंटरप्रिटेशन किया गया है, इट इज इन लाइन विद द मूड ऑफ श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु। इसलिए षट गोस्वामी के प्रार्थना में कहते हैं, नाना शास्त्र विचारणे का निपुनो सद्धर्म संस्थापको। संस्थापक मतलब स्टैब्लिश्ड, जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं इस्कॉन संस्थापक आचार्य। तो द फाउंडर एंड स्टैब्लिशिंग आचार्य ऑफ इस्कॉन इज श्रील प्रभुपाद। तो हमारे जो गौड़िया वैष्णव टीचिंग्स है, उनके जो संस्थापक करने वाले हैं वे हैं रूप गोस्वामी। वंदे रूप सनातनो रघुजुगो श्री जीव गोपालको। सद गोस्वामी का प्रार्थना एक्चुअली हमारे वैष्णव सॉन्ग बुक में देखिए, दिस इज द फर्स्ट ऑफ द सॉन्ग्स। तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु शुरू से ही हमारा ये जो गौड़िया वैष्णव सिद्धांत है उसको स्थापित किए हैं कि वी फॉलो इन द फुटस्टेप्स ऑफ रूप गोस्वामी। इसीलिए गौड़िया वैष्णवस को रूपानुगस भी कहा जाता है। रूपानुग, वी आर फॉलोअर्स ऑफ रूप गोस्वामी, अनुग फॉलोअर्स। तो रूप गोस्वामी, ये षट गोस्वामी लोग जो हमारे को ये टीका दिया है, इसको कैसे प्रदान किया है? नाना शास्त्र विचारणै का निपुणो। With their expertise, they deliberated on Nana Shastra. They deliberated on many scriptures. And after deliberation, Saddharma Samsthapako. What is eternal dharma? What is Saddharma? उसको establish किया। मैं क्यों ये बता रहा हूं? क्योंकि आज जब हम लोग राधा कुंड अपीयरेंस को सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, तो ये जो कथा जो है, भगवान का जो प्राकट्य लीला है, ये तो सभी लोग जानते हैं ना। राधा कुंड अपीयरेंस का पीछे जो मेन कृष्ण का पास टाइम से वो क्या है? एनीवन रिमेंबर? किलिंग ऑफ द अरिष्टासुर डीमन। इन कृष्ण बुक में ये किलिंग ऑफ द अरिष्टासुर डीमन जो चैप्टर है, उसमें इसका वर्णन दिया है। तो लीला सभी लोग जानते हैं कि अरिष्टासुर डीमन आया, ब्रजवासियों पर उनको अटैक किया, स्पेशली गोपीस को। तो जो गोपीस थे, ये स्वाभाविक है, ब्रज भक्ति का स्वभाव ही है, कृष्ण डिवोटीज या ब्रज डिवोटीज का स्वभाव है। As soon as they are troubled, who they call upon? Krishna. So they all called upon Krishna, all the gopis, they called upon Krishna, and then Krishna appeared. When Krishna appeared, Krishna came to protect his devotees. Krishna's promise, whoever is my devotee, I'm going to protect. Who is Krishna's devotee? Brajavasis. Why are Brajavasis devotees? Because for whatever and wherever and whatever happens, their shelter is only Krishna. So who's a devotee? One whose shelter is only Krishna. Very simple definition. Devotee is he whose shelter is only Krishna. What are the 6 points of surrender? Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Krishna is the maintainer, Krishna is the protector. meek and humble. So basically, he who is surrendered. He who is surrendered means he who knows Krishna is the only protector. So all the gopis that remembered Krishna, they were calling upon Krishna, and then Krishna comes and Krishna kills the Aristasur demon. When Krishna kills the Aristasur demon and all the gopis are complaining, सभी गोपियां ये शिकायत करने लगी कि अरिस्टासुर दानव जो था वो बैल के रूप में था, बुल के रूप में था, तो तुम्हें गौ हत्या का पाप लगेगा. तो कृष्ण इज डूइंग पास टाइम, तो कृष्ण बोला गौ हत्या के पाप कैसे मिटेगा? तो बोले यू हैव टू गो ट्रैवर्स द होल अर्थ, पूरे पृथ्वी पर जाओ, जहां जहां तीर्थ है सब जगह पे जाके स्नान करो, सब तीर्थों पे. तो कृष्ण बोले ऑल द तीर्थ आर सबऑर्डिनेट टू मी, व्हाई शुड आई बी गोइंग टू टेक अ डिप इन ऑल द तीर्थ? तो कृष्ण कॉल्ड ऑल द तीर्थ. Krishna with his hill, foot hill, Krishna made a hole in the earth. He called all the Tirth. They all came there. Then the gopis said, how can we believe they are all the auspicious Tirtha? Then all the Tirthas started, giving their identity. I am Ganga, I am Jamuna, I am Narmada, I am Kaveri, I am Pushkar, I am Gaya, I am all this. All the Tirthas, they came there. They gave their identity, they went into the kunda, then Krishna took his bath. Krishna took his bath and then Krishna came out and he said to the gopis, now you are happy, so we have done all the tirtha and we are all cleansed. So the gopis said, okay, that's very nice. Then the gopis approached Krishna for dance. Then Krishna said, oh, there's a problem. The gopis said, what is the problem now? Krishna said, the problem is now that you gopis have sided with the demon. You gopis sided with the wrong. You gopis sided with the demon. Therefore you have incurred sin. So the gopis said, what do we do? Arey Baba, for sin, you have to go and do tirath. So the gopis were all in very much anxiety. Now Krishna calls upon all the tirath because they are their subordinate. How will the gopis call? So they were in anxiety. So then Krishna, teasingly said to them, if you want, you can bath in my waters. So then the gopis said, in your waters? Forget about it. Your water has the sin of killing a cow. He said, we will do our own kund to bath. So then all the gopis took out their bangles, they started digging. Of course the gopis are very soft, young like Tulsi Manjaris, very young girls. Krishna was around in his teens at that age, that time. So the gopis, they dug a hole in the ground and Krishna said, if you want, you can take the water from here. They said, no. So they said, they all lined up. If anyone has been to Radhakund, you see that Radhakund is a little distance from where the Govardhan Parikrama starts. So Parikrama starts with Manasi Ganga. So all the gopis, they lined up to the Manasi Ganga and all the gopis, they had in a water pot. So they started filling the water pot and then passing the water and then they poured the water into the kund. So this way they were doing and it was getting, the gopis were very tired. So then Krishna said to all the tirthas, you go and take shelter of Srimati Radharani, go and pray to her that you are willing to serve her. You all want to serve her. So all the tirthas, they went to Radharani and Radharani, they begged, they prayed to Radharani. So then Radharani was happy and she agreed that all the tirthas can. So then all the gopis took bath as well. So they said, we are also cleansed now. And therefore then Krishna had a rasa dance with the gopis. So the appearance of, here the acharyas are saying, why did Srimati Radharani and the gopis, they put in so much effort to make the Radhakund? Their main purpose was not simply to wash away their sin. What was their purpose? What do you think was their purpose? You are all Krishna devotees. You and the? Wash our sins? Okay. Jaran Prabhu is basically now talking about the glory of, hearing or, participating in the festival of Radhakund appearance. But, when we look at the actual pastimes, why did the gopis or Radharani, they took all this effort to, dig a hole in the ground, pond in the ground, and then take all the effort to try and fill it with Manasi Ganga water by water pots? What do you think is the esoterical reason behind that? Why would have Radharani done that? Why would the gopis have done that? They cooperate to do anything? Okay. Because the problem is, you know why your minds are so complicated? Because in the material world everything is complicated. Pure devotional service is very simple. What is pure devotional service? Pure devotional service is pleasure of Krishna. What is pure devotional service? What do you call pure devotional service in Hindi? उसको क्या कहते हैं? पवित्र भक्ति को क्या कहते हैं? क्या definition है? निष्काम bhakti. Can you see the point? Are you able to see the point? The only reason the gopis and Radharani agreed to undertake so much hard labor and do something which is practically impossible because of their love for Krishna. Just because Krishna has said that you are also contaminated, therefore you have to do the thing, you have to go and wash away your sin. The gopis are prepared to undertake difficult tasks. So Rupa Goswami is saying that this is what is pure devotional service. You only get bliss of Krishna consciousness. I am coming to the point where Rupa Goswami writes in Nectar of Instruction that the holiest of the all holy places in this creation is Radha. How many of you have read Nectar of Instruction? Nectar of Instruction, Rupa Goswami, he mentions about who can become a guru. Then he mentions about the 6 things that encourage devotional service, 6 things that destroy devotional service, then the glory of Vrindavan, and then he goes up to establishing the highest glory is Radha Kund. Highest glory of Radha Kund. Why? Because the appearance of Radha Kund, the effort put into the appearance of Radha Kund is nothing but Radharani's love for Krishna. It is just to please Krishna, nothing else. It was just to please Krishna. So when we are executing devotional service, be it hard labor, complicated matters, difficult tasks, whatever it be, we want to do everything for the pleasure of Krishna. ऐसे नहीं चलेगा, ये होने से मैं नहीं करने वाला हूँ, मैं छोड़ देता हूँ, मैं चला जाता हूँ. अरे, where's your love for Krishna? Krishna is always there. But because our minds are materially attached, what is our material attachment? What is our material attachment?
I am this body.
I am this body, ठीक है? I am this body. I am this body. I am the doer, ठीक है? वो material attachment है. वो सही बात है. हम लोग सोचते हैं I am the body, therefore we cannot see the connection of the spirit soul to Krishna. I am the doer, then we forget that actually everything happens by Krishna's will. What else? Sense gratification, of course, that is also material attachment. What is the material attachment in devotee's life? What is the material attachment in devotee's life? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already talked about it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Devotional life, material attachment is what? Fame. Indra Prabhu is a very good singer. Hare Krishna. or somebody is a very good pujari, decorate the deity so nice. Somebody is a very good cook. Huh? Everyone else has cooks, which is not comparable at all. So that is why the Acharya says, na dhanam na janam na sundhi. This is, why are we complicated in devotional service? Because in devotional service, we have come to Krishna's lotus feet and we are praying every day. We are begging Krishna, Krishna, allow me to become a speck of a dust in the lotus feet of yours. What is the prayer of Akrura? When he went to Vrindavan, his prayer was, Krishna, please bless me that I become a blade of grass here so that devotees can walk over me. Here somebody will say something, who are you to walk over me? You're trying to walk over me. Akrura will say, I want to become a grass in Vrindavan so that devotees can walk over me. Why? Because we will get the dust of their lotus feet, the dust of the gopis, the dust of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. This is how this Radha Kund is so glorious, so powerful. It is the selfless love of Radharani for Krishna. Then, this is of course one aspect of things. So because we are not Raganuga Bhaktas at the moment, we were devotees at the moment. So there are Acharyas, they give some meaning, some lessons from this pastime. Now what are the lessons? So there's a little background of the Aristasur demon. Aristasur demon, in his past life, according to Garga Samhita, he was a Brahman. And his name was Varatantu. And he was disciple of Brihaspati. Who is Brihaspati? The guru of the demigods, the asuras, the devatas. देवताओं का गुरु है. देवताओं कोई बुरे लोग हैं? गो ब्रह्म नहीं था, चाहे भगवान तो देवता लोग के हित में काम करते हैं. इंद्र का राज छिन जाता है, भगवान वामन रूप रख के जाके बलि महाराज से भीख मांगते हैं. क्या भीख मांगते हो? 3 भाग भूमि दे दो. लेकिन उसके आइडिया क्या बिहाइंड है? इंद्र के राज वापस मांग ले भगवान. So that means the demigods are great personalities, ना? भगवान उनके लिए जाके, Krishna chooses to become a beggar. Lord Vaman, become a Brahman and go and beg the opulence back. तो बोला कि एक दिन बृहस्पति जब अपने सभा में आया तो ये ब्राह्मण शिष्य जो था वो वहां पर बैठा था. और कैसे बैठा था? गोड़ पसार के बैठा था. फ्लो पे नहीं, कभी लोग बैठते ही. तो बोले जब गुरु महाराज उनके आए, बृहस्पति आया, तो वो फ्लो पर से उठा भी नहीं. तो बृहस्पति बोला कि तुम ऐसे बैल के माफिक पड़ा है, तू बैल बन जा. मुझे याद है कभी कभी गांव में पीपल लेजी रहते ना, तो आदमी क्या बोले, बहुधा बैल रकम पड़ा है. तो बृहस्पति ऐसा बोला, बैल माफिक पड़ा है, तू बैल बन जा. So then he became a bull in one village on this planet Earth. और यहाँ पे रूप गोस्वामी जी लिखते हैं, and he became a bull. Brihaspati said, you sit as a bull. Sit. Fool, you now become a bull. He then took birth as a bull. And by the association of demonic bulls, he also became a demon. That's how he became Aristasur demon. So then, फिर बताया उसको कि तो जब ऐसे हो गया तो फिर when कंस का टाइम आया, कंस जब राक्षस था, तो केसी डीमन कौन था? हॉर्स डीमन. और अरिस्टासुर क्या डीमन था? बुल डीमन. तो सब एनिमल्स लोग साथ में रहते थे ना, तो दे हैड फ्रेंडशिप. तो बोले जब कंस ने केसी को बुलाया तो अरिस्टासुर भी गया. तो दोनों को भेजा कि जाके देखो No? Because Kans was fearful of Krishna. So they went to Vrindavan, they went to Gokul, they saw the wonderful pastimes of Krishna, they came back. Then Kesi demon told he narrated the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. That Krishna is enjoying with Radharani. So Aristasur tells Kamsa, I have an idea. You know how to make Krishna miserable? Kidnap Radharani. So then Kans said to Aristasur, okay, you go and kidnap him. And that's how Aristasur came to where the gopis were and tried to frighten them. उनको डराने का प्रयास किया, जिसमें कि सब लोग डर जाए, and then he can kidnap राधा रानी. तो बोला इस प्रकार से कृष्ण's प्रॉमिस है कि जो डिवोटी कृष्ण उसको प्रोटेक्ट करता है. तो बताया कि फिर कृष्ण उसको मार दिया, वध कर दिया. तो फिर रूप गोस्वामी लिखते हैं इसका लेसन क्या है. जो बुल डीमन अरिस्तासुर है, इज अ बुल इज अ सिंबल ऑफ dharma. Yet the bull came to fight Krishna and give pain to the devotees. Is that dharma or adharma? That's adharma. So Aristasur represents false religion. अच्छा लोग समझिए, झूठा धर्म को संबोधन करता है. तो हम लोग बोलेंगे झूठा धर्म क्या है? तो रूप गोस्वामी एक्सप्लेन करते हैं कि झूठा धर्म जो है वो 5 प्रकार का होता है. 5 प्रकार का अधर्म होता है जिससे बच के रहना चाहिए. पहला बताया है, उसको कहते हैं विधर्म. रिलीजियस प्रिंसिपल्स दैट ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट वन फ्रॉम फॉलोइंग हिज ओन रिलीजन आर कॉल्ड विधर्म. हम लोग के ओन रिलीजन क्या है? व्हाट इज आवर ओन रिलीजन? कौन बताएगा? हम लोग के ओन रिलीजन क्या है? सनातन धर्म. जीवेरा स्वरूप होय कृष्णेर नित्य दास. दिस इज द धर्म. लेकिन हम लोग क्या करता है? मैं सनातनी हूं, मैं इस्लाम हूं, मैं ये हूं, मैं वो हूं. हम लोग इंटरफाइट हो जाते हैं. बट द धर्म इज ऑफ द सोल. तो फिर हम लोग क्या करते हैं? क्योंकि मैं ये धर्म को, ये पंथ को मानता हूं, therefore I cannot take Krishna Prasad. मैं ये पंथ को मानता हूं, therefore I cannot go into a temple. मैं ये पंथ को मानता हूं, I don't offer my obeisances before the deity. This is vidharma. That your dharma is stopping you from surrendering to Krishna. That's false religion. That's what Aristasur is representing. He's a bull, but he's being offensive to Krishna and the devotees. The other type of vidharma is irreligion, is religious principles for which one is unfit. Paradharma. There are religious principles that we are unfit for. The brahmachari wants to behave like a grihastha. He wants to follow the grihastha's rules and regulations. The grihastha wants to follow the rules and regulations of a sannyasi. Which you are not fit for. That is also a dharma. Please understand. तभी भगवद गीता में बताया, it's better to do your duty imperfectly than to do others' duty perfectly. This is what you learn from Aristasur. Aristasur demon. Third is analogical religion, upadharma. A new type of religion created by one who is falsely proud and who opposes the principles of the Vedas is called upadharma. हम लोग इसे इंडिपेंडेंटली साधु हो जाते हैं, फिर गुरु हो जाते हैं, फिर भगवान हो जाते हैं. अभी कलयुग में से चलता है कि नहीं? अलग अलग पंथ निकल गया है, अलग अलग धर्म निकल गया है, अलग अलग धर्म अलग अलग सृष्टि का रचना कर रहे हैं. That's also a dharma. So you got not to be mistaken. Aristasur बुल के रूप में आया था, तो appears like dharma. Even हम लोग प्रलंबासुर के स्टोरी सुना रहा ना, when many demons, they say, they all came Why? One other reason which Prabhupada writes why Aristasur demon came as Aristasur demon came as a bull, because Krishna was tending the cows. So he saw that Krishna loves the cow so much. So what was his idea? What is Aristasur's idea? Krishna likes the cow so much and bull so much. Huh? Why? Because Krishna loves the cows, so he decided to become a bull, a cow. Right? But what was his intention? To kill Krishna. Sometimes it appears externally as dharma, but the idea is to kill Krishna. That's why there are so many dharma people follow, but they are not coming to the platform of love of Krishna. Because the idea is, it is a religious principle, you put a tika, you put do all these things, but the idea is to kill Krishna. You're not accepting Krishna. You read Bhagavad Gita, but you don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whereas the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to establish Purushottam Yoga. The 15th chapter is establishing Krishna's supremacy. Then, the fourth is pretentious religion. Dharma abhas. A pretentious religious system manufactured by one who is willfully neglects the prescribed duties of his order is called abhas. So then, what happens is, because we are brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi, or brahman, kshatriya, shudra, vaishya, whatever varna ashram you are in, what you do is, because you are not able to follow your ashram or dharma, then you create variations and then you create a dharma. Everyone follows? जब हम लोग अपना पालन नहीं कर पाते जो हमको करना चाहिए, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? जो हम लोग नहीं कर पाते उसको ड्रॉप करके उसको नया धर्म बना देते. So that is also false religion. और पांचवा है चीटिंग रिलीजन, जो भागवत में बताया गया है, कैतव धर्म, छल धर्म. छल धर्म क्या है? Interpretation by one's jugglery of words is called छल धर्म. मतलब जो धर्म की बातें हैं उसके शब्द के प्रयोग से उसके मतलब चेंज करके उसके अर्थ दूसरा निकाल के और उसमें फॉलोइंग क्रिएट हो, तो आदमी के लगे कि ये धर्म है. That is a little bit of, if I can say a little bit of glimpse of it would be, जैसे हम लोग रामायण पढ़ता है ना, तो जैसे तुलसीदास के रामायण में भी लिखा है, the Brahman may be, no matter how fallen he is still worshipable. That's not the correct principle. That's Mayavad. That's negating Krishna's teaching. Krishna says, everyone is in their designations by karma. Chaturvarna Maya system, guna karma vibhagasha. Your guna and your karma is very important. What mode you are in and what activities you are performing. So these are, so Rupa Goswami is saying, the Acharyas is saying that this is the interpretation of the pastime, the philosophical interpretation of the pastimes. Of course, so all the loving devotees, the Vaishnavas, they can see how it is Radharani's love for Krishna, selfless, just to please Krishna. They are prepared to do anything and everything. The difficult of the tasks. The philosophical learnings from this pastime is that don't be cheated into false dharma. It appears like a bull, but the idea is to hurt you. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, and the last part that was said was, how did Aristasur become even worse? Because he was associating with other demons. Other demons. So the essence of the learning is that we should be very, very careful of who we are associating with. Sometimes we come to practice of Krishna consciousness, हम लोग को धर्म आता है, हम लोग को भक्ति भाव आता है, अपने जीवन में दुख आता है, whatever, हम लोग धर्म की ओर आकर्षित होने लगते हैं. आकर्षण होता है, लेकिन सत्संग जो है, good association is very, very important. और good association कैसे पता लगेगा? Actually you have to take few steps. You have to do few associations, and then after that you will be able to know the inside story. जैसे ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीवी पे आता है 60 minutes inside story. So you have to go in the association of devotees to know the inside. So just like you walk in a daldal, so you have to take a few steps in. You take few steps in, but if your feet start sinking, what should be the natural reaction? Step back. You should step back. If you don't step back, what will happen? You will drown. This is a very, very important principle of spiritual life. That is why we got to be careful who is helping us to progress into Krishna consciousness. That is why Prabhupada said, one of the 7 purposes of ISKCON is to bring every living entity closer to Krishna. So, this is one of Krishna's and Srimati Radharani's kripa, that if we did not have this festival, we would not have this association. This association means we are coming closer to Krishna. And here by celebrating Radhakund appearance, we are coming closer to the mood of Srimati Radharani, which is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is the mood very well understood by the 6 Goswamis. What is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Gopir Bhartir Pada Kamalayor Das Das Anu Das. That's the essence of today's festival. So we pray to Srimati Radharani that we all can also become selfless and devoted to Krishna like she is. We should become so devoted, so selfless. Again, the Radhakund water is symbolic. We should be so neutral. We should be so neutral like water that we can make various colors of juice. We use water in cooking. Everywhere water is needed. So when we become pure devotees like that, we can take part in Krishna's pastimes anywhere. Whatever Krishna requires. Whatever Krishna requires. Just like Srila Prabhupada. Krishna required him to come and preach in this material world so that you and I can be saved. Prabhupada took that service. In the material world, Prabhupada had to suffer 3 heart attacks. Prabhupada had to go to, live among the druggists. Prabhupada had to, at the age of 70, had to travel the world to preach Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada took everything and did it. And this Radhakund water symbolizes the love of Radharani. So this is the liquid form of the love of Radharani to Krishna. So on this auspicious day, we should all meditate on Radha and Krishna and the wonderful pastimes of theirs and learn the lessons, because we are very much contaminated, and pray to Radhakund waters that, that our heart becomes as pure as this selfless service of Srimati Radharani. And one other thing that comes to my mind right now, we all know we always used to celebrate Radhakund appearance in Kartik. So, some devotees are asking, everyone is, not talking, gossiping. Why is it happening now? Actually, there's 2 appearances of Sri Radhakund appearances. The one that we are celebrating today, it is the actual day of the pastime when it happened 5,000 years ago. That is why it is being celebrated now. The one that is being celebrated in Kartik is actually 500 years ago, when all the holy places had disappeared. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discovered Radhakund in Kartik. So both are bona fide appearances. There's no confusion, there's no controversy. One is the birthday and one is the celebration of the birthday, the discovery of the birthday. So in 2019, I think our GBC, the ultimate managing authority of ISKCON, they did research and they found out that Gaudiya Vaishnava, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, and Prabhupada had written in purports of different places in Bhagavatam, this quotes here, that the actual appearance was the Chaitra month, which is now, and then Kartik was when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discovered. So the more the merrier, we can celebrate it twice, no problem. By celebrating Radhakund appearance, what do you get? You only get mercy, nothing else. If you don't celebrate, then you become messy. So we want mercy. So with those few words, thank you all very much for coming. So the next program is, of course, I just want to mention that Radhakund is because it's the holiest place, so they are very auspicious places. There is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he came to Radhakund. Today you go to Radhakund, there is a place called Chaitanya Baitak. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, sat by the Radhakund, and he remembered, meditated on the pastimes of Krishna, and he chanted there. After Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu had left the earthly pastimes, then the wife of Nityananda Prabhu, Janavi Mata, she went to Radhakund to meditate. You will all remember there was a devotee by the name Ganga Mata Goswamini who would just chant, her tongue would not stop chanting. She also has a bhajan kutir at Radhakund. So in the Radhakund Mahatmya it says that anyone and everyone who goes for Radhakund Parikrama and actually bathes in the Radhakund at midnight, you will get your desired spiritual form in Golok Vrindavan. So I want to request you, please don't make any stupid prayers in your mind that I want to become wealthy or I want to become this, I want to become that. I think we don't know our spiritual forms, but we know from Prabhupada that we all want to become pure devotees. And what is our spiritual identity? Krishna will reveal it to us. So the only prayer we can say to Radharani, to Radhakund, that please grant me pure devotion. That is all we are wanting. Okay. So all these great acharyas, Rupa Goswami, the Goswamis, Kaviraj, many devotees they have. Today we go there. It is also said that around Radhakund there are 5 trees, and these 5 trees represent the Panch Pandavas. They also reside at Radhakund. So this is the great longing for pure Vaishnavas, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, that they want to reside at the shelter of Radha. Shri Radhakund ki jai, Shri Shamakund ki jai, Srimati Radharani ki jai. So anybody has any questions or comments or any additions? In view of the time, I've just tried to give you as much as I could. Okay, so we'll stop here now. And now we'll have the Aarti. And because Radhakund is the Rasa Sthali of Radharani and Gopinath ji, so we have Radha Gopinath on the boat there, having a festival. So it is Krishna's by Prabhupada's Kripa, we are able to envision this. Otherwise in meditation we can't vision Radha and Gopinath ji playing pastimes in Radhakund. So we thank all the devotees who have made this wonderful arrangement so that we can experience a little bit of Krishna's pastimes and bliss of Krishna's pastimes. So we'll have Aarti and then we'll have Parikrama. So everyone do 3 Parikramas as well and Dandavats, and please beg Radharani and offer prayers to Radharani for pure devotional service. You may know, you may not know the meaning, but just repeat the word of Srila Prabhupada that grant us pure devotional service. Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Gop Premanande. So let us all rise, so we'll have Aarti and then Parikrama. Yes.